Many men believe that their lives are out of control because of time, work, or circumstances. They think they can't progress because the world is moving too fast, because everything is urgent, because there's no space to breathe, but they are looking at the problem from the wrong angle. I, Brian Tracy, have learned that life doesn't organize itself. Life doesn't get sorted out by luck. Life is mastered with intention. If you don't force yourself to create order, chaos will decide for you, and that disorder not only consumes your energy, but it also devours your dreams. Every day you live without structure is a day you waste without realizing it. You don't need more hours, you need more focus. You don't need to do more, you need to do the right things. When you get organized, you don't just manage your time, you direct your life. Because success is not a distant goal. It is the cumulative result of days well used, and if you decide today to take control, to force yourself to organize every area of your life, your path will change, your mind will calm down, your purpose will align, and everything will begin to respond. Because when you create order within yourself, the world stops pushing you and begins to open up before you. Organizing your life is not a luxury, it's an urgency. It's the line that separates the man who advances from the one who is consumed by distractions. Most people live in reactive mode. They wake up late, rush from one place to another, forget commitments, arrive just in time, postpone important decisions, and at the end of the day, they don't know where the time went. They live tired, confused, overwhelmed, and still believe they need more motivation. But it's not motivation they lack, it's order. Because without order, your energy is dispersed, your mind is confused, your goals are diluted, and you become a slave to the lack of control you yourself permit. Organizing your life begins with a firm decision: stop improvising. Assume that every area of your day, no matter how small it seems, has a real impact on your destiny. And that starts with taking control of your time. It's not about being obsessed with clocks or endless lists. It's about stopping giving away your hours to chance, because time is your most valuable resource, yet you treat it as if it were infinite. It is not. Every minute you leave without direction is a buried opportunity, a part of your life you will never recover. That's why you need to sit down with yourself and design your day. What time do you wake up? What do you do in the first hour? What tasks do you repeat that add nothing? When are you most productive during the day? You cannot improve what you have not measured. And if you don't structure it, you will keep running in circles. But organizing your life isn't just a matter of time, it's also a matter of space. A cluttered environment reflects a saturated mind. The place where you sleep, work, eat, or rest should help you focus, not distract you. It's not about perfection, it's about functionality. Every object must have its place. Every tool must be close at hand. Every corner should invite you to move forward, not stay stagnant, because the environment shapes your behavior more than you imagine. You want mental clarity, but you live with visual noise. You want energy, but you don't even know where your own tools are. Change that. Your physical environment must be your first ally, not your silent enemy. And there is an even deeper truth. The disorder you tolerate outside is a representation of the disorder you accept inside. Your habits, your relationships, your emotions, your finances, your goals. Everything needs structure. You cannot have peace if you live putting out fires every day. You cannot have vision if you don't know what you are focused on today. Order is not rigidity, it is liberation. It gives you room to rest, to think better, to decide with clarity. It gives you the peace of knowing that you are in charge, that you don't live at the mercy of whatever comes up, but according to what you chose with intention. Organization is applied discipline. It is assuming that your life won't change magically, that if you don't give it shape, it will deform on its own, that if you don't sustain it with structure, it will fall apart with the first distraction. And that doesn't make you a boring man, it makes you a powerful man. Because whoever has control over his time, his environment, and his decisions has control over his destiny. And in a chaotic world full of scattered men, the one who lives with structure stands out, commands respect, inspires confidence, and achieves results because he doesn't depend on the emotion of the moment. He depends on a system that supports him. And that system is built when you force yourself to organize your life, even if it costs you, even if it's uncomfortable at first, because in that effort lies the beginning of your transformation. An organized life is not built with good intentions, it is built with systems. And a system is nothing more than a series of intelligent decisions that are repeated every day without negotiation. When you think big but act without structure, the result is frustration. You have huge dreams, but you don't have the habits to sustain them. You have brilliant ideas, but your calendar is full of urgent, empty things. You have talent, but your energy is wasted on interruptions, distractions, and tasks that don't bring you closer to anything. And so months pass, and nothing changes. Because without a system to order your life, you live putting out fires that you yourself caused by not planning. Organizing your life is learning to make high-value decisions. It's understanding that not all activities are equal. Some tasks generate progress, others just take up space. Some bring you closer to your vision, others only make you feel busy. The average man confuses activity with productivity. He runs all day, arrives exhausted at night, but doesn't progress. You cannot afford that luxury. You need to have clarity on the essential. What activities move the needle? What habits sustain your energy? What actions generate concrete results? These are the ones that must have priority. The rest must be eliminated, delegated, or postponed. Do this. Define your 3 daily priorities. Not 10, not 23. The most important ones. Write them down the night before and the next day, before answering messages, before checking social media, before letting the world interrupt you. Do them. Fulfill your commitments to yourself first. Because when you do the important before the urgent, your life begins to change. You regain control, you regain peace, you regain the feeling of building something worthwhile. Most people live reacting. You must live directing, and that direction doesn't appear on its own. It's designed, protected, and repeated. Organizing your life also means learning to say no, because if you don't know how to set limits, you will be a victim of other people's agendas. Accepting everything, responding to everything, participating in everything fragments you, exhausts you, and steals time for what truly matters. Every time you say yes to the irrelevant, you are saying no to the valuable. Therefore, an organized man is not the one who does the most things, he is the one who does the right things. And to do them, he needs space, he needs focus, and he needs the courage to reject the unnecessary. You are not here to please everyone. You are here to build something great, and that requires order, requires filters, requires difficult decisions. And I want you to understand this with total clarity. It's not that you don't have time, it's that you're not using the time you have well. Every person has the same 24 hours. The difference is not in the quantity, it is in the intention. There are men who, with 2 free hours a day, transform their bodies, their finances, their mindset. How do they do it? With structure, with systems, with priorities. While others complain about time, they are already executing because they know that time is neutral, but the use you give it is not. If you decide to structure every day intelligently, your salary goes further. Your mind becomes organized, your energy multiplies, and your entire life is transformed. You cannot build anything solid if your day is Russian roulette. You need rituals, you need blocks of focus, you need moments of reflection. You need mental, physical, and emotional order because all of that feeds back into itself. An ordered calendar generates clarity, an ordered room generates peace, an ordered mind makes better decisions, and an ordered life becomes unstoppable, not because it's perfect, but because it knows where it's going. And that is your new standard, not doing more, but doing the necessary with intention, with focus, and with discipline. That is what will take you out of chaos. That is what will set you free. That is what will turn you into a truly organized and therefore powerful man. Organizing your life also requires a deep cleaning of your relationships. Yes, because no matter how much order you put into your calendar or your desk, if you are surrounded by people who drain you, distract you, or sabotage you, your progress will be slow, confused, or non-existent. Most people underestimate the power of their human environment. They think they can grow amidst emotional chaos, empty conversations, and negative people who complain, mock, or waste time. But that's like trying to run with a backpack full of stones. You can do it, but not for long. If you want order in your life, you need order in your connections. Take an inventory of your relationships. Ask yourself, does this person elevate me or sink me? Do they challenge me or lull me to sleep? Do they propel me or limit me? It's not about becoming cold or cruel. It's about protecting your energy because your energy is your most valuable resource after time. And if you waste it on meaningless conversations, relationships that don't progress, or unnecessary drama, your entire system falls apart. Organization is also emotional, social, and energetic. Therefore, the order is not only seen in your agenda, it is noticed in who you spend your time with, what kind of topics you discuss, what kind of standards you allow around you. Start by setting limits. You don't need to respond immediately to every message. You don't have to be available to everyone. You are not obligated to carry others' problems as if they were your own. Learn to say, "Not right now, I need to focus. I'm not available today." These limits are not selfish, they are wise. Because you cannot build a powerful life if you live interrupted, if your energy is taken by others, if every time you want to move forward, something or someone pulls you down. Disorder also takes the form of people, and you must have the courage to detect it. And it's not just about distancing yourself from what limits you, it's also about getting closer to what elevates you. Seek to surround yourself with people who live with intention, who value their time, who take care of themselves, who talk about ideas, not just complaints, who think about goals, not just problems. When you are near men and women who already live with structure, focus, and vision, you start to absorb that energy. That silent demandingness forces you to grow, inspires you, makes you more intentional, because your surroundings shape you, whether you like it or not. And if you can't find that environment, build it. Don't put your progress in the hands of others. Create your spaces. Choose who you follow on social media. Choose what you consume. Choose what kind of information enters your mind, because all of that is also part of the order. Every stimulus you allow in your day has an effect, and if you don't filter, you get contaminated. And if you get contaminated, your focus disperses. And if your focus disperses, your growth slows down. It's that simple. Therefore, a truly organized man is also a selective man. He knows what to say yes to, he knows what to say no to, and above all, he knows who he walks with. You cannot build a powerful life if you are surrounded by human chaos, by emotions that are not yours, by energies that don't understand your vision. You are called to more, and to get there you need clarity on every front: mental, physical, financial, emotional, and relational. Everything is part of the system. Everything is intertwined. Everything has an impact. So start ordering your connections, not out of pride, but out of vision, not out of rejection, but out of responsibility to yourself, because your environment is the reflection of your decisions. And if you want your life to be a reflection of greatness, your environment has to start resembling that greatness starting today, without excuses, without fear, with firmness, with direction, with order. Organizing your life also means putting your purpose in order, because there's no point in having every minute planned if you don't know what you are living for. And this is the great mistake of many men. They fill themselves with activities, routines, and others' goals, but inside they are empty. They comply with everything except with themselves. They run, produce, work, but they don't stop to ask if that effort is taking them where they really want to go. True order begins with direction, with a clear why, because when you have clarity of purpose, organizing your life is no longer a burden, it is a natural necessity. Everything starts to fall into place because everything begins to make sense. And let me ask you directly, what is the most disorganized area of your life today? And what is it costing you by not putting it in order? Write it in the comments, not for others, but for yourself. Because sometimes naming it clearly is the first step to transforming it with firmness. Organization is not an end, it is a means, a tool that brings you closer to a life with intention, a life that is not swept away by the current, but decides its route. And that's why, if you truly want to get organized, you first need to know where you're going, what kind of man you want to be, how you want to live in 5 years, what kind of relationships you want to have, what legacy you want to leave, because those answers are what determine what enters your calendar, what enters your wallet, what enters your environment. Purpose is the master filter. Everything that doesn't feed it is in the way, and what is in the way is eliminated. But here comes the most important part. You don't need to have everything figured out to start. Your purpose might be confusing at first. It might change over time, and that's okay. What cannot happen is that you live on autopilot without questioning anything, without adjusting anything. The organization of your life begins with honesty, with taking breaks, with reviewing, with correcting the course every so often. It's like an airplane pilot. He doesn't maintain perfect direction all the time, but he has a clear goal, and that's why he makes small adjustments constantly. You must do the same, because without review, disorder returns. Without reflection, mistakes are repeated, and without intention, time slips away from you. Make purpose a compass. Every time you doubt whether to do something, ask yourself, does this align me? with who I want to be, or does it take me away? And if you don't know the answer, you'll still be closer than if you hadn't asked, because you are awakening consciousness. You are stopping living in automatic mode. You are taking control, and when you do that, your energy changes, your environment responds, your decisions become firmer, and your life begins to have a different rhythm. Not the chaotic rhythm of the modern world, but the strategic rhythm of the man who knows what he wants and organizes himself to achieve it. You don't need more time. You don't need another opportunity. You just need to sit down with yourself and order your priorities. Because where there is order, there is power. Where there is purpose, there is direction. And where there is direction, there are results. So start there today. Turn off the noise, write, define, review, organize, because internal clarity becomes external action. And when that happens, there is nothing that can stop you, because a man with purpose doesn't need daily motivation, he just needs structure. And you are building it right now, step by step, decision by decision, day by day. That is the true transformation, and it has already begun. Organizing your life also demands that you put your finances in order, because no matter how much you try to have productive habits, healthy relationships, or a strong mindset, if your personal economy is in disarray, you will live with anxiety, stress, and a constant sense of vulnerability. There is no real growth amidst financial uncertainty. There is no freedom when every expense generates guilt. There is no clear vision if your money escapes without knowing where it went. Therefore, it doesn't matter how much you earn, it matters how you manage it. It's not about having more, it's about knowing how to handle what you already have with intelligence, intention, and absolute discipline. Many men have decent incomes, but their lifestyle drags them down. They spend without a plan, buy impulsively, get into debt to keep up appearances, and then wonder, why am I not moving forward? The answer is simply, you cannot order your life if you don't order your money. Money is not everything, but it influences everything. It affects your mental health, your decisions, your peace, your opportunities. And the first step to having organized finances is not to earn more, but to look at your numbers head on, create a budget, know how much comes in, how much goes out, and where it goes. You cannot improve what you don't measure. You cannot grow if you don't know where you are failing. Do this, take a notebook and write down your fixed expenses, then record your variable expenses for the last month. Be brutally honest without justifying anything. Just observe. There you will clearly see which are unnecessary leaks, which habits are robbing you of freedom, and what adjustments you need to make. Then establish a minimum savings percentage, even if it's 5% of your income. The important thing is to start, because that habit trains you to prioritize the future over momentary pleasure. And that mindset is key to any deep transformation. Financial order is not a punishment, it is a tool of power. It is the foundation for making decisions calmly, for investing with vision, for living with dignity. And here is an uncomfortable truth. If you don't know how to live on less than you earn, you will always be poor, even if your income rises, because it is not income that determines your freedom, it is control. And control starts by eliminating emotional expenses, by stopping justifying whims with phrases like, I deserve it, or you only live once. Yes, you deserve well-being, but sustained well-being, not one that leaves you short every month. You deserve to live well, but not at the cost of your peace of mind. You deserve to enjoy, but with strategy, not with guilt. And all of that is achieved when you force yourself to order your finances as an integral part of your life. And don't forget this, money is an extension of your internal structure. If you are chaotic in your mind, you will be in your wallet. If you are disorganized with your time, you will be with your expenses. Therefore, by ordering your money, you are ordering your mind. You are training your capacity to decide, to delay gratification, to think long-term. And that is one of the most powerful skills a man can develop, because it turns you into someone reliable, someone who not only generates but also manages, someone who not only dreams but also builds on a solid foundation. If you organize your life but continue to leave your finances to chance, you are leaving a crack open, and through that crack escape opportunities, energy, and self-esteem. Financial organization is not a technical issue, it is an emotional, mental, and spiritual issue. It is a way of telling life, I take what I receive seriously. And when you do that, life responds. Doors open, stress decreases, focus increases, because you are no longer surviving, you are directing, you are no longer trapped, you are building. So review your accounts, make your budget, eliminate what doesn't contribute, prioritize what expands you, and above all, commit yourself to living with financial order, no matter how much you earn, because it's not a matter of quantity, it's a matter of mindset. And if your mind is focused, your money will be too. And then you will truly be ready to grow seriously, with structure, with strategy, with purpose, with power. Organizing your life also means designing a personal routine that becomes your daily foundation, your platform for energy, focus, and mental clarity. Many men undervalue a good routine, believing it is boring, repetitive, or unnecessary. But the truth is that routine is one of the most powerful secrets of the world's most successful men, not because it takes away their freedom, but because it gives them the structure to use their freedom intelligently. A good routine is not a prison, it is a takeoff strip. And without it, every day begins in chaos, improvisation, and doubt. Your body takes longer to start. Your mind wanders. Your energy disperses, and at the end of the day, all that remains is tiredness, frustration, and the feeling of not having done anything truly important. A well-constructed routine is like a mental armor. It is that set of predefined decisions that save you energy, that align you with your priorities, that center you on what really matters. You don't have to think about whether you're going to exercise, read, or work on your personal project. It's already decided, and that frees up mental space to focus on bigger things. Remember, every decision you leave to chance consumes willpower. And if every morning you have to convince yourself to do the right thing, you are wasting energy that you could use to move forward faster. Start with your morning. How does your day start? Do you wake up late? Grab your phone, check social media, shower in a hurry and leave without direction? Or do you get up with intention? Do you give yourself time to breathe, to move, to think? Your morning defines your day. If your first hour is disorganized, the rest of the day will drag that disorder. Therefore, build a morning routine that elevates you. You don't need 3 hours or magic formulas. You just need simple but powerful habits. Wake up early, hydrate, move your body, read something in reaching, write down your priorities, be grateful. Don't do it perfectly, do it consistently, because in consistency lies the true power. Then, structure your workday. Divide your day into blocks. Define clearly when you work, when you rest, when you learn. Don't mix everything. Multitasking is a silent enemy that makes you feel productive while sabotaging you. Do one thing at a time, but do it with excellence. Use timers, eliminate distractions, have specific goals per block. Every hour must have an owner, every block must have a purpose. Because if you don't do it, laziness will, social media will, the urgencies of others will, and at the end of the day, create a closing ritual. Evaluate what you achieved. Write down what didn't go well. Plan the next day. Be grateful for what you have. Disconnect from the noise. Give your mind the signal that it is time to rest. Don't go to sleep with chaos. Don't end the day with things hanging. Close the day with intention, with consciousness, because that's how you teach your mind that you are in charge, that there is structure, that there is order. And that, over time, turns into an internal sense of power, direction, and real progress. It doesn't matter if you fail one day. It doesn't matter if you go off plan. The important thing is to return. Return to the structure, return to the routine, return to what gives you strength, because every time you do it, you become stronger, more disciplined, more resilient, and that is worth more than any passing motivation. That is what builds a man with purpose, a man who does not live in reaction, but in creation, a man who does not depend on his mood, but on his system. So, design your routine, write it down, adjust it, protect it, don't let others break it. Because your routine is your temple, your center, your secret weapon. And in a world full of disorder, the one who has a routine has an advantage, because he doesn't start from scratch every day, he starts from his best version, and that repeated for weeks, for months, for years, turns into inevitable success, solid greatness, a destiny that was not a coincidence, but a consequence of having chosen order as a lifestyle. And you can start today with a small adjustment, with a firm decision, with a system that is yours, tailored to you, sustained by your vision, defended by your character, and that changes everything. Organizing your life also means mastering the use of your attention, because ultimately, your life is what you pay attention to. If your mind is constantly fragmented, jumping between notifications, random thoughts, and poorly resolved tasks, then your life will also be fragmented. No matter how many goals you have or how good your plan sounds, if you don't control your focus, You will never execute anything with true depth, and that is the great problem of this era. Men no longer have the capacity for concentration. They live exposed to noise, to constant distractions, and at the end of the day they ask, why do I feel like I didn't advance? Why am I exhausted without having done anything truly important? The answer is simple: their attention was hijacked. Focus is not something that just appears, it's something that is trained. And like any training, it requires conscious effort. You have to decide when you disconnect from the noise. You have to create spaces for deep work, deep thought, and real silence. If you don't, you will always be in a state of reaction, jumping from stimulus to stimulus, doing tasks halfway, accumulating frustration. A man who doesn't control his attention is like an archer who shoots arrows without looking at the target. Lots of activity, but no impact, lots of movement, but no real achievement. Do you want to move faster? Start by eliminating everything that steals your focus. Turn off notifications. Silence groups that add no value. Delete apps that only entertain you but don't build you up. Schedule specific times to check messages, answer emails, consume content. Do not be a slave to your cell phone. Use technology, but don't let it use you. Your mind is your most powerful tool, and you cannot leave it exposed all day to digital disorder. Every interruption, however minimal, breaks your flow, lowers your energy, weakens your will, and if you don't stop it, it becomes a habit of distraction, a habit of mediocrity. And it's not about living like an isolated monk. It's about living with consciousness, choosing moments of focus, protecting your time as if it were gold, because it is. You cannot do deep work amidst superficial interruptions, and you cannot build an extraordinary life with ordinary focus. The world values men who know how to concentrate, who can sit down for 2 hours to solve a problem, who know how to think without running away every second, who are not afraid of silence, because silence is not emptiness. Silence is the space where powerful ideas are born. Create focus rituals. For example, every morning before talking to anyone, dedicate an hour to your most important project. No distractions, just you, your mind, and your task. Train your brain to sustain attention. It will be hard at first. You will feel restless. You will want to check your phone. Resist it. Remain. Because every minute you manage to sustain focus is a victory. And those accumulated small victories will turn you into someone unstoppable. Because in a world of distraction, the one who masters his focus masters his destiny. Remember this: where your attention goes, there goes your life. If your attention is scattered, your life will be. But if your attention is directed, your life will take shape. And the best part is that you don't need special talent to achieve it. You just need intention, discipline, and the courage to say no to what doesn't build. Every day you can train your focus like you train a muscle. And the stronger your attention becomes, the more powerful your ability to create, solve, and impact becomes. So, today, do a deep cleaning of your mental world. Remove the unnecessary, simplify your environments. Create spaces for real concentration, because a man who takes care of his focus takes care of his power. And that power, when combined with structure, clarity, and purpose, changes everything. Because you are no longer living reactively, you are directing, you are no longer distracted, you are awake, you are no longer in chaos, you are in control. And that, in this era of noise, is an advantage that few have. You can have it if you choose from today to protect the most valuable thing you have, your capacity for attention, your inner compass, your creative force, your mind. Organizing your life also demands that you put your emotions in order. Because no matter how much you plan, how much you work, or how much you control your environment, if you don't know how to handle what you feel, you will live sabotaging your own progress. Many men fall into this error. They believe that organization is just logic, technique, strategy, and forget that their emotional state defines their daily behavior. You cannot be consistent if your emotions drag you down. You cannot make good decisions if you live dominated by fear, guilt, or frustration. And you cannot build a powerful life if you don't have inner peace. Emotional order is not noticeable at first glance, but it is the invisible foundation of every truly stable life. Your emotions are not your enemy, but they are not your guide either. They are signals, information, and you must learn to listen to them without turning them into dictators. Do you feel anxiety? Observe it. Ask yourself what message it brings. Do you feel anger? Examine its cause. Do you feel sadness? Give it space, but don't sink into it. Emotional organization begins when you stop reacting impulsively to every emotion that appears. When you understand that you are not what you feel, You are the one who chooses what to do with what you feel. And that distinction is the beginning of your inner maturity. Many live trapped in emotional cycles. They get motivated, act, something goes wrong, they get frustrated, abandon, and start over. That up and down is not a failure of character. It is a lack of emotional management. If you don't know how to sustain the effort when the enthusiasm drops, you are at a disadvantage. Because positive emotion drives you, yes, but it doesn't last forever. What takes you far is not feeling good every day. It's doing the right thing even when you don't feel like it. And that is only possible when there is inner order, when your emotions do not decide for you, but you observe them, process them, and move forward with focus. A practical way to organize your emotions is to create a daily space for introspection. It doesn't have to be long, just a few minutes every night to review how you felt during the day. What triggered you? What hurt you? What made you happy? Write it down if necessary, because what is not named becomes entrenched, and what is repeated without awareness becomes a pattern. You need to identify your emotional patterns if you want to free yourself from them. What knocks you off focus? What makes you procrastinate? What kind of thoughts cloud you? That information is gold, because once you detect it, you can begin to deactivate it, substitute it, overcome it. And remember, it's not about suppressing emotions. It's about channeling them. Sadness can become reflection, anger, and impulse to act, anxiety, a signal to redirect. But all of that is only possible if there is internal structure. If you are willing to look inward, to do the uncomfortable work of knowing yourself, understanding yourself, healing yourself, because that silent, emotional, deep work is what determines whether your external organization has firm roots or not. You cannot put order outside if you are broken inside. Sooner or later, the internal chaos filters through. Start to see your emotions